Pisces. Oh, my lovely Pisces. So the image that I have of you as I start this reading is quite comical. It is you with a pole on the top of your head, and on the top of your pole is a spinning plate. So it makes me think of the fairground things where, you know, people are spinning plates, or I don't even know if it's fairgrounds or if it's vaudeville, but that idea of how many plates can you keep spinning at the same time. But I don't see a whole series of them. I just see you with one, spinning it on your head. And there's a kind of comical, almost cartoon-like quality to it, where you're doing it, but you're not doing it so much to keep the plate spinning, or maybe you're planning on doing it, but what you're doing instead is you're turning it into a comedy act. Almost. Not officially, but it's almost as though if you make fun of yourself before the plate drops, then it doesn't matter if anybody else makes fun of you because you've done it first, so it won't hurt so much. It's like acknowledging potential failure before it happens so that you won't be ridiculed or made fun of or feel quite so bad when it does happen. So Pisces, sometimes you can feel awkward in situations. Sometimes you can feel kind of like a gangly kid or somebody who doesn't quite know how to keep it together. From the outside, you don't really look like that, because what you have is you've got a capability to laugh and to make fun of. And so even if there is a little bit of a stumble or a fall or a physical accident, you can kind of laugh at it and turn it into something funny. But it doesn't change the fact that you don't like feeling awkward, you don't like feeling gawky, you don't like feeling out of place or as though somebody might be laughing at you in an unkind way. So Pisces, what I'm getting with this is, I wasn't sure where this reading was going when I saw the spinning plate, but what I feel is going on with this is you getting a chance to kind of look back. What is the worst possible thing that could happen in terms of people's opinion of you? Where has that held you back from doing things? And where have you recently been released from that fear to allow you to move forward? Because I feel there's a bunch of you who have. For those of you who've been still working on that, oh my gosh, okay, so you've got 2 forgiveness cards, okay? So that says to me there is definitely some letting go of something that is that has been heavy, that's been holding you back, that you are either needing forgiveness from yourself or from someone else, or that you need to give forgiveness. So, but I like this one. I like this one because I'm going to read you the 2. The type 2 forgiveness is, we're innocent creatures who are here to learn and teach each other. In this process, we'll sometimes do things that hurt each other. It's a part of the journey towards self-awareness. There's nothing to forgive, only understanding to be had. And then the next one, the next forgiveness card says, hold no grudges. Whatever blame you wish to project onto others or yourself, whatever resentment seems justified, give it up. Let everyone, including you, be blameless. Name the offense, and then decide that it's not worth it for today. Accept that you might not be right in your perception. Even if you think you're right, allow for the possibility that you're not, and choose forgiveness. You've also got the other choice card here, choose kind. All right? So today, whenever you have a choice between being right or kind, choose kind. Under the subject of right, you could also include domineering, sarcastic, smarter than, superior to, stronger than, witty at someone else's expense, or offended. All right? You've also got the word fast. So this is, today you're on a word fast. You're making the agreement not to use a whole bunch of words that limit you, as well as any word that puts you or anyone else in a category, words that measure or evaluate, good or bad, words that judge, label, condemn, or criticize. So my goodness, when we put this all back to forgiveness and we put these together, choose kind and watch what you're saying, how you're labeling people, this seems to me to be that there is very much something going on here for you that is about letting go. It is about moving out of a state where forgiveness is very much involved in kind of like a punishment and keeping score. The first kind of forgiveness is, even though I tell you that it's okay, I'll never really forget. And by the way, it's conditional. If you ever do it again, or something else I judge as bad or wrong, it will show up again like it's never been gone, and the tally sheet of your wrongdoings will grow and grow and grow. So that's the kind of forgiveness you're being asked to give up for the sake of this new kind of forgiveness. Even when you're entrenched and you think you're so right, let it go, okay? Choose kind. Now the fear card doesn't have to be just fear, as in, the example I've used before. Oh, a spider. It is, fear can show up as worry, overanalysis, but what I'd be looking at here is, if you're in a situation where you're looking for forgiveness or trying to find forgiveness in yourself or somebody else, where is there a contracted energy around that? Where are you struggling with that? And what fear is underneath you being able to let go? Is there a fear of something? Like if you say it's all right, well, it's giving them permission to do it again. If you forgive and say, well, we're all here to learn and grow, well, then how does that speak to justice and things of that nature? Look for where there might be fear around that issue for you. And back to the spinning plate again, I really, really want to just extend the idea that you don't have to worry about people leaving you behind if you don't do things right. You don't have to worry about being ostracized or abandoned because you do something silly or because you don't live up to expectations, okay? If people are going to abandon you for that, they're not your people. And you don't have to be self-deprecating in your humor. You don't have to put yourself down in advance so that somebody else won't have to, okay? You can choose kind words to support yourself. You can avoid labeling yourself in any negative way, preventatively, proactively. When you find yourself wanting to do that, the advice is to please breathe and walk away from that thought, that idea, or that situation, okay? Pisces, you are lovely people. You can be extremely graceful, extremely artistic, extremely intelligent. You can be gawky, you can be clumsy, you can be all of those things. We all can. Thing is, don't focus on them. Don't apologize for them. And don't make them your lead in when you are thinking about where you can be, what you're allowed to do, and where you can go next. Okay? You're much bigger than that, Pisces. Take care.